Kickshaw Angle discussion, and today I am going to bring up Bethesda's conference. Started off E3, started stronger than anyone could have ever imagined. An amazing conference overall. Now, originally I was going to give it a good grade, like a B. It was going to be a B or a C. It was going to be an okay conference. I wasn't too impressed with it. They did have some impressive moments, like Doom, for instance, which we'll talk about later, and then, of course, the bombshell at the end. No one on the internet was thinking this was going to be the case. Let's jump right into it. Started off with a whole bunch of the different developers, the different programmers, the different audio engineers, talking about their experience working with Bethesda. Then you had the global vice president, Pete Hines, come out and open it up, thanking everyone for playing the Fallout games, thanking everyone for making Bethesda what it is. A real neat little beginning intro. It was an awesome intro video. It kind of relaxed you into the conference a little bit, and then boom, right out the gate, they hit you with Doom. They hit you with Doom and the ID Tech 6 engine running pure gameplay. Game looks absolutely stunning. It was complete with chainsaws, assault rifles, shotguns, heavy machine guns. This was a fantastic trailer. Then they showed that it will also have multiplayer in it. You've got arena combat, you've got domination freeze tag, and there was one other one that I didn't catch. It gave you a sneak peek into that Doom multiplayer, so there is multiplayer on Doom. And then they dropped a bomb. Create your own multiplayer maps, your own multiplayer games, your own multiplayer experiences that you can share with your friends. This is amazing. This is awesome news. The fact that you can share multiplayer trailers with your friends, that you can create your own multiplayer games, you can change up the whole entire arena, so it's kind of like Little Big Planet Doom. Then you've got a hell level, so you knew you were going to hell when you were playing Doom. And they gave kind of a release date. They said spring of 2016, but as this is the generation of delays, I expect it may be delayed, but this is Bethesda we're talking about, so maybe not. They work really hard and they get stuff out. So Doom was an awesome showing. Everybody, I told you guys it was a day one buy. Guess what? It's a day one buy. Then they showed a little bit of Battle Cry, which is like an online action MMO RPG. Showed off a little mini gameplay trailer. They said the beta's open, so go sign up with them. Great news, but then again, we didn't see much of Battle Cry, so I'm really not overly excited for Battle Cry. It was kind of one of the low points of the show. Then Arcane Studios came out with a surprise announcement. Dishonored 2 has been announced. Everyone knew Dishonored 2 was coming because of the leaks that had happened the day before E3, which is kind of stupid, because this would have been a big announcement for a lot of people. You can play as a female or a male protagonist. Each one has their own character set, so you can play as either or. Storyline's probably going to be the same. It's awesome though, Dishonored 2. Glad Arcane Studios is making a number 2. Overall, it was a good showing. It was just the CGI trailer. There was no gameplay, so it was just in-engine footage, so don't get too excited yet. The last two before it were gameplay. So this was kind of a low point also because it was only an announcement trailer. They did announce that there will be a Dishonored remaster that will be coming out this fall. Anybody who didn't play it can pick it up on the new system. It will be available for PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Then they talked a little bit about Elder Scrolls Online, another low point of the show. It was released. They showed a little bit of what's coming in 2015 for Elder Scrolls Online, but Elder Scrolls, with as broken as it was when they first launched it on the PC, a lot of people fell out of it. And even though a lot of people do love it still, a lot of people fell out of it because of the disaster when it first launched. Then they talked about Elder Scrolls Legend. Everyone takes this as a ripoff of Hearthstone, which it could very well be. It's a card game for PC and iPad. Basically, the Elder Scrolls Heroes. I can't say it's a ripoff until I see how the card game is actually played. If it's played the same way, if you get the same stuff that you got in Hearthstone, then yeah, I'm gonna be disappointed. But if it does come with its own unique card game flavor, I'm all for it. And then, of course, the final reveal of the night, what everyone was looking at. So he talks a little bit about how video game conferences have evolved. He talks a little bit about how much he's been working on the Fallout series, and then he says something that was really telling to me of what the announcement was going to be. He said, "We've been working on this title for 4 years." I knew the game was already done. I was like, dude, they're going to announce it for this year. The minute he said they've been working on it for 4 years, I knew it was going to be this year. Surprise of the night. It was announced for fall, November 10th, 2015. The game is done, people. Fallout 4 is coming at the end of the year. This was a bombshell, and Bethesda may have very well won E3 with this announcement. Even though I wasn't really into the Fallout series, I didn't play Fallout 3, I haven't played 1 or 2. This is a game I might just get because I really like Dark Cloud 2. I really like the Dark Cloud series, where you get to build your own villages and remake the villages the way you see fit. That's another thing they added to the game. So let's go over some of the information that they showed us. They showed concept art. Looks fantastic. The game will start before the bomb drops. You get to sculpt your character without sliders. It's just like a point and click sculpting. So now you get to sculpt your character however way you want to sculpt him or her, because you get to play as a female or a male protagonist in this Fallout 4. It's going to take place 200 years after the bombs have dropped. And they said even the dialogue is dynamic. It doesn't always stay the same. You will be able to order your dog around, and the dog actually helps you do various things while you're walking around in this world. It takes place in downtown Boston. You get a new Pip-Boy. It has a new layered armor system, and the collector's edition of Fallout 4, which they didn't announce the price, but the collector's edition of Fallout 4, you get your own personal Pip-Boy with games on the thing. They made an app for the actual collector's edition Pip-Boy. This is very, very interesting to me. I like little novelties like that. I like little things like that that add to my experience, and they will work wirelessly with the game on PS4, Xbox, or any one of those, so that's fantastic. It's also iOS and Android compatible. If you don't get the collector's edition, your iOS and Android will also have wireless compatibility with the game itself. They also created Fallout Shelter, which is an Android game, which is like an app. Basically, you're the overseer of the shelter. You're the overseer of Fallout shelters, and basically you have to keep everybody alive, you have to conserve the water, you have to do all the food, you have to do all that stuff. So that's another interesting element they added that's awesome. You get to basically run your own shelter. Fallout Shelter is out today. Another huge thing. Nothing's hidden behind time walls or paywalls, which is fantastic. You get to build the world the way you see fit. Now this interests me because I was a big fan of the Dark Cloud series. Huge fan of the Dark Cloud series. I wish PlayStation would bring it back. You were able to create villages and everything the way you saw fit. So you get to basically rebuild humanity, which I think is great, while you're rebuilding everything on your guns, while you're rebuilding everything on your armor. It will also be dynamically attacked by raiders and everything else, so that's fantastic. 50 base weapons, 700 modifications. You can even modify your own armor. People can say, oh, well, the gameplay isn't all that, da-da-da-da. I was like, no, it's not overly realistic, but it doesn't have to be. It's a game. Overall, the game itself has so much about it that is good that I'm definitely going to pick it up, even if I'm not a member previously of the Fallout series. So, combat looks solid, everything looks solid, and then the announcement came. November 10th, 2015, Fallout 4 is coming out this year. If they keep coming out with announcements like this for big games like Fallout 4, they aren't gonna need those exclusives because everyone's gonna be playing all these big heavy hitters. Fallout 4 is a heavy hitter if I've ever seen one. So I was going to give this conference a C or a B, but after they got into what Fallout was gonna be, after they showed Doom, after they announced that Fallout will be released this year and Doom will be released in spring, I have to give this an A rating. It was full of surprises. It was really, really fun. I'm so excited. This E3 is already amazing. Look forward to all the games coming out from Bethesda. A rating from me. This has been Zero. Keep gaming, gamers, and I will see all of you guys and gals next time.